Guys, I've lived here for 2 years and I still haven't decorated. Like, there's nothing on my walls. This is just my house everywhere. We could go to the dining table, have some food, and that might be De Niro worthy enough.
How is everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm great. How are you?
A little surreal to be Zooming with Robert De Niro and you guys in the middle of this whole pandemic. But Mr. De Niro, let me start with you. If your grandfather were to poach your sixth grade bedroom, what would he be in for? What was in your bedroom when you were that age?
I didn't have I had a few pets, and somehow I found at a thrift shop in the city when I was a kid a buffalo head that you put on a wall, but it cost like $2, and so I had that. And my little transistor, a desk, some pictures I can't even remember, this and that, but not posters and stuff like that of whoever at that time. I would let him stay there. I wouldn't. I'm not-
So Oaks, if Robert De Niro were coming to your house to stay, what room would you put him in? What room in your house now is De Niro worthy?
Probably my room, I would hope. But it's very different. I have a lot of posters and a lot of music, and different vinyl records and things around. So that's kind of what my thing is. And I would hope that it would be my room. I guess I don't know.
Speaking of music, Laura, congratulations on everything you've got going on. How about your room? Where would you put Mr. De Niro in your house?
First of all, thank you so much. Second of all, I don't truly know because, to be honest, the bedrooms in my condo are really, really small. And guys, I've lived here for 2 years and I still haven't decorated. Like, there's nothing on my walls. This is just my house everywhere. So I think maybe we would just go in the main room. We could go to the dining table, have some food, and that might be De Niro worthy enough.
Well, I got a nice guest room. I'm not going to lie. So I put him in the guest room, and I think he'd be quite happy.
First of all, you guys are just hilarious in this movie. Jane, I'll start with you. If your grandfather were to encroach on your sixth grade bedroom, what would he be in for? What did your bedroom look like when you were growing up?
First of all, I was sharing a room with my two sisters, and we had fold-away beds, so he wouldn't have been able to get in because when the beds were down, there was bunk beds one side and a single bed, and my mother couldn't even walk between. So good luck with that one.
Cheech, how about you? What would your grandpa be in for if he showed up at your sixth grade bedroom?
Oh, something that he didn't want to see. I'm sure. No, I was very religious at that point. I was on my way to be a priest, and so everything was crucifixes and candles and pictures of Madonna, the original Madonna, there. So it was kind of that was the family business. We had a lot of priests and nuns in my family.
When was the last time, and it's been such an interesting time since this whole COVID thing started, but when was the last time somebody encroached on your space and wasn't really welcome?
We had couples visit us from our friends from LA, and there was two couples and they each had two kids the same age. And so they were going to take a road trip, like everybody's out there. They rent these big trailers or whatever, and they go on a road trip. So we were going to go to Grand Canyon, but they wanted to stop overnight here at our place in Joshua Tree. So we're going, would we have them inside, outside? What's the procedure? And so we're talking about this. The doorbell rings, we open it up, and it's one couple, not our best friends, but their friends, and their two kids. Hi, the kids run into the house immediately. Hey, what's this? Hey, binoculars, go. Like, what was that?
Sounds like War with Cheech is on.
It was, so like I have an evil eye though.
That sometimes is all you need.
I can look at them and they get it.
You know what I did? I took my grandchildren to Mindy, our mutual friend Mindy in Wyoming. I was getting really stir crazy with not seeing them, not being able to touch anyone, everyone getting completely nuts and everything. And I just came back from Spain where I was filming, where they closed down because of COVID. And I took this road trip with my 24-year-old son for 2 weeks, and we stopped off at Mindy's, and then went to the national parks and things, and I had the best time of my entire life. Who gets to spend 2 weeks with a 24-year-old who's moved out and is a musician? It was so much fun. And then the grandchildren, and we were seeing bear, and we were jumping off cliffs. I mean, it was magic.
Well, the good news is they say you're invited back anytime, so I don't think you encroached on their space. Before they wrap us, I have to talk about the trampoline scene. And Jane, I'll ask you, out of the guys, and I'm talking about Christopher, De Niro, and Cheech, who was the most sore after filming all that stuff?
I don't think that Chris actually moved very much. I think he acted it. Cheech put on a very brave performance, and I believe, and he'll tell you, that he had to have surgery afterwards. And Mr. De Niro really surprised me. He kept going a lot. And I thought, well, I'm the fit one here. I can do it. And of course, I did hurt myself. But I'm not telling, because I didn't want anyone to think that any of us were less than perfect specimens.
I was talking to Jane and Cheech. I mean, just the scene of all of you guys in the bouncy house. And I know, Laura, I think you missed out on it. But the scene, everyone admitted that Mr. De Niro, you surprised them. I thought everybody would be super sore at the end of that day or days. What was that like for you? You've done so much, but have you ever done a trampoline scene in a bouncy house?
It was okay. It wasn't, it was all right. I work out, so I was pretty agile enough.
Please scan your item.
Watching the trailer, I got to be honest, the first question that I had was, what are the odds Robert De Niro actually does his own grocery shopping?
Pretty slim, I would imagine. I don't know for sure, but pretty slim, I imagine. Yeah. Although New York, you never know. He probably stops by the local bodega on the way home, and yeah, you never know.
Yeah, maybe self-checkout, maybe not, who knows? Out of all the actors, obviously, you're probably the only one who has dealt with war. When it comes to the rules of engagement, in your opinion, what is your number one rule? If you're in a fight or a war with somebody, what is your number one rule of engagement?
Oh, no physical harm. I don't know, some of these things get out of control fast. I mean, I've lived in all kinds. I've lived in barracks and stuff, and pranks can get out of control real fast, so yeah, no harm.
Like the film, no outside citizen should be affected. No, it's between you and me.
Ooh, that's a difficult one. Honestly, I might have to agree with Laura, because I think that's really important to just keep it between, who it is specifically, because then there's no outside forcing something because of somebody else. I don't know. That's very important when dealing with somebody.
Keep it between the warring parties.
Okay. I don't think I wouldn't. You could just look at me and the war is over. There's that Robert De Niro look, and I'm out.
Santa's dead.
Did you see that?